Hi guys, Liz here, aka Isabel Shiren. I'm coming to you from another place today. If you remember, about a week ago I did Yukivok Island, which was part of Alaska. Today I'm doing North Brother Island, and the reason I mention that entwined with this video is because it's created by the same people, Serene Footman and Jade Koltai. I think I've said that correctly. They're the people behind these particular sims that I'm showing you at the moment, so that last week and this week. And a lot of their sims are always based on real life places. So these are not just figments of one's imagination. They're always based on something in history and of an actual place that's desolate, Anyhow, so I went and Googled this, as you do, like I did last week, and the history behind this is amazing. I mean, number one, I didn't know that this actually, this is one of a pair of islands, and it's located in New York's East River between the mainland Bronx and Rikers Island. I would never have guessed that if I hadn't read this. So it's quite amazing, actually. There's this island there, and it was once the site of a hospital, but it is now uninhabited and designated as a bird sanctuary. Now, wow. So this place just sits there, and it's abandoned, basically. So according to what I've read, both of the islands, North Brother Island and South Brother Island, which South Brother isn't here, were claimed by the Dutch West India Company in 1614, and both were originally named De Gezellen, translated, which means the companions in English. The northern of the islands, which is this island, was uninhabited until 1885, when Riverside Hospital moved there from Blackwell's Island. Riverside Hospital was founded in the 1850s as the smallpox hospital to treat and isolate victims of that disease. Its mission eventually expanded to other quarantinable diseases, with the most recent being the tuberculosis pavilion, which was opened in 1943 and was almost immediately obsolete. The island was the site of the wreck of the General Slocum, a steamship that burned on June 15, 1904. Over 1,000 people died either from the fire on board the ship or from drowning before the ship breached on the island shores. My God, that's a lot of people. There's an awful lot of history here, actually. It says here that Mary Mallon, also known as Typhoid Mary, was confined to the hospital island for over 2 decades until she died there in 1938. The hospital closed shortly thereafter. Now, do you know what? I never knew that Typhoid Mary was actually named after someone. That's completely learning to me. Following World War II, the island housed war veterans who were students at local colleges and their families. After the nationwide housing shortage abated, the island was again abandoned until the 1950s, when a centre opened to treat adolescent drug addicts. The facility claimed it was the first to offer treatment, rehabilitation and education facilities to young drug offenders. Heroin addicts were confined to this island and locked in a room until they were clean. Many of them believed they were being held against their will. To be honest, so would I. And considering the history of this place, I can't imagine. I really can't imagine what sort of visions they saw. By the early 1960s, widespread staff corruption and patient recidivism, I don't know what that means actually, forced the facility to close. The facility is said to have been the inspiration for the Broadway play Does a Tiger Wear a Necktie? Well, I wouldn't have known that, actually. The place is now a bird sanctuary for herons and other wading shorebirds. The island is currently abandoned and off limits to the public. Most of the original hospital's buildings still stand, but are heavily deteriorated and in danger of collapse, and a dense forest conceals the ruined hospital buildings. Wow. That is absolutely amazing. And so when you're going around here, as you can see, you can actually picture all of this. Just to say that I'm filming this not in the land's wind light, because I wanted to give you a clear view. The land's wind light is a bit more atmospheric, shall I say. But I wanted to brighten it up so you could actually see some of the details that were around here. And yeah, just, oh, geez. See, all of this that you can see here, when you go and Google it, these exact images are on Google. These guys do amazing builds on their Sims. I have to say, they do amazing builds, and they really bring a story to us. It's not just about something that's pretty or, pleasant to look at. There's a whole history behind the builds that they make. And I guess that's one of the reasons why I'm now really following them. I remember I filmed one of their old Sims a few years ago for Ilsland, and at the time I never really thought about the history of that, and I'm really sort of gutted that I didn't actually do more filming on that. I think I'd made a dance video then. I took a few photos, but I never actually did all of this, which is such a shame, because it would have been lovely to have had that sort of, so that you can go and see it. But I'm just showing you around, and it's just, I'm blown away by things like this, because I just think this world is more than just shopping. This world is more than just taking pretty pictures. This world is about learning new things and seeing new things, and actually bringing things to people for them to learn about that they might never have done before. I mean, to be honest, I knew nothing of this. I didn't know this island existed. I don't live in America. I don't know the history. I didn't even know there was this island in New York. I had not a clue. So, you learn something new every day. And actually visiting places like this makes me want to go on Google, and makes me want to learn something. So can't be all that bad, can it? But anyhow, I'm combining this with my Coffee with Isas, in case you're wondering, because I'd like to bring you some interesting things rather than just ramblings. But I had the weekend, oh my God, it was hot. Can I just tell you how hot it was? I mean, it's not as, to be fair, in England, you're not exactly gonna have a mega heat wave in comparison to other places in the world. And bearing in mind I'm from Australia, so I'm used to really high heat. It's just that it's so humid. It gets so humid here. Here's not a place that gets hot, it gets humid. So as your temperatures rise above 25, your skin feels clammy. It's just horrible. I don't like it. I could bear 40 degrees as long as it was burning hot, but not if it was humid. It's because I think humid it sucks the life out of you. It really does. Excuse my jerky camera movements, but I still haven't mastered the art. I'm trying. So yeah, I had a really nice weekend, albeit sweating like a sumo wrestler in a sauna. Yeah, I was. There's no other way to describe it. It wasn't pretty. It really wasn't pretty, and I didn't want to be seen. Bearing in mind, I also have hot flushes every now and then. So when I have a hot flush and it's really warm, it's like, oh my God. The two combined do not go well together. No, they don't. So I was meant to have done a lot of work on my apartment on the weekend because my son's moved out. He hasn't moved out all his stuff. I'm still waiting for him to get the rest of his stuff. He was meant to on Saturday, but it got cancelled because it was so hot. And so I didn't get some of the things done that I wanted, mainly because I need to get in there. The room's going to need painting and stuff like that. Did I tell you I was thinking about turning it into an Airbnb room? Did I tell you this? Yeah. So you might find me on Airbnb in the next few months. And I tell you, my room is worth it, and it's worth coming to visit and stay with me. I tell you that now. It has a beautiful view of the lake, and it is a very peaceful place, and it's very close to transport and stuff. So actually, when I thought about it, I thought, you know what, that's a brilliant idea, because I need to try and make up the income now that my son's moved out, and it's a little bit harder than it has been. So I've come up with this idea of an Airbnb, so it's not permanent. I didn't want a housemate to move in 24/7 because I value my privacy and I value my quiet. So I thought if I did Airbnb maybe once a month or something like that, it could bring in the income, as well as it would be fun to meet new people as well, because I thought that might be actually good fun, meeting new people that came to stay and, from all around the world. So, hey, I'll let you know when I do it. It'll be interesting. But I decided that when I do it, I'm going to advertise the cats. Yeah. I'm going to go put their pictures on Airbnb with me and just say, you're coming to stay with us three. Well, we'll see. Anyhow, I just wanted to bring you here because I just thought, it's just things like this shouldn't go unnoticed. They just shouldn't go unnoticed. And sometimes I just think it's quite boring just to shop all the time. That's not what either life is for. It's not just about shopping. Actually, it's about enjoying things and learning new things and just discovering things. And this place is wonderful to come and film. It's wonderful to come and just walk around and sort of absorb the atmosphere, and also to take some amazing photos. It's just lovely. So I recommend you coming. I will have all links to everything that I'm wearing and where this is in the blog post below this video. And, please click on it and come and visit, because don't take my word for it. As I said, the wind light is my own. But, so I'm going to go with my jerky camera movement, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.